Welcome back, everybody. 22 minutes in front of 8 o'clock. I'm Ed Lambert. Good to have you on board. Look, after the debate last night, in taking a look at what's going on, I think I'm very pleased to have Victoria Churchill with me, political analyst, commentator. But she's bringing to the table, everybody, young voices, and as a correspondent with the New York Post, too. Victoria, thanks for coming on with us this morning. How you doing?
Good morning, Ed. Thank you so much for having me on.
Give me a viewpoint, all right, from the younger sect looking at this thing, Victoria, last night. What did you think?
Well, I think younger voters overall would like to see a younger candidate, but, I think at least at this point, who we have is who we have. Dana Bash, one of the CNN moderators, she raised the issue of age to both of the candidates. I believe the exact line was, Joe Biden would be 86 at the end of his second term if he is reelected. Donald Trump would be 82 at the end of his second term if he is reelected. And both of them kind of answered, should the country have faith in their abilities to carry out that term fully, basically. I think what we saw on the debate stage last night is that one of the candidates is much better equipped to handle the pressures of that job than the other, and that is Donald Trump. Donald Trump has been the presumptive nominee for months now. Obviously, Joe Biden is the incumbent president. He is at least currently the presumptive nominee on the Democrat side. Now, the Democrats are known to pull some tricks out from under their sleeves, so we will see if that remains the case. There are a lot of leading Democrat voices calling for him to be off the ticket and maybe even potentially out of the White House. Which is, definitely something we're going to be following. But, in my job, I look at the swing states. I am based in Virginia. Actually, today I'm down in Virginia Beach. Donald Trump is going to be having a rally here later this afternoon. First Lady Jill Biden was here yesterday, which I think is really a testament to the fact that a state like Virginia is in play, despite what Team Biden says. In statements that they issue to the media, I think their actions speak louder than their words, and I think if they were not worried about Virginia, Jill Biden would not have been here yesterday right before she joined her husband in Atlanta last night.
I agree. I agree. It's a good point.
Absolutely.
Right. What do you think about Kamala? Boy, she and Anderson Cooper went at it, and are people listening to the possibility? I don't know what the hell they're going to do, Victoria. I mean, the Democrats, they painted themselves into a corner. How do they get out of this? I don't know.
Well, one of the things we were looking at last night with the New York Post, first off, your listeners can go on our website. We had a live blog going with, over 24 folks contributing to it, including myself. We had both our New York team, our D.C. team, as well as over half a dozen swing state reporters like myself in key states. Outside of Virginia, we were also in Arizona, we were in Michigan, we were in Wisconsin, we were in Nevada, we were in Pennsylvania. So we were all over. You can see all of the reactions that we were able to flag on that blog. And it should be at the top. We've got our own section for the swing states just right under the politics section when you go on our website. So highly suggest checking that out. There's a lot of labor of love that went into that on the staff side. But it's really interesting. One of the things that we saw, actually, we were looking at the Google Trends, and over the second half of the debate, one thing that really stood out to us was, folks are searching up Kamala Harris, vice presidential debate, Kamala Harris debate. So, even I think mentally the country has kind of moved on from Joe, as evidenced by that, those terms trending. And obviously Kamala's name being known, we still do not know who Donald Trump will pick as his vice president. He tells us that he has a pick, that person may not know themselves that they have been picked, which I think is definitely interesting, definitely have a chuckle at that. But, I think folks are really looking to whoever would be second in line to see if they can see something that instills confidence in them. But I think out of the two gentlemen that we saw last night, Donald Trump is the one that instills the most confidence. And, one thing that I found very interesting is that Democrats themselves are sounding the alarm on Joe Biden. Folks like Andrew Yang, former 2020 Democrat presidential candidate, said, I debated Joe Biden 7 times in 2020, and this is not the same man. He posted that on X, formerly Twitter. Joanna Maska, she's a Obama World alum. I believe she's actually got her current show on News Nation now, but, she was another one that is a very well-respected voice on the left side of the aisle, and, she's saying we can do so much better. So it's very interesting to see very, very prominent Democrats come out for that. I believe the New York Times, the Gray Lady, our longtime opponent of the New York Post, but even they're running op-eds saying it's time for Joe to go. We can do better. This is wrong. We need someone else. So very, very interesting to see that he has lost even the leftist media, which, of course, we at the New York Post are not. We have some very historic lean that most folks know about, but very
Victoria,
interesting to see that reaction coming from the left.
The front page in the New York Post says it all when they said, you are witnessing, or you have witnessed, the end of the Biden presidency last night. Talk about a pretty substantive, the president mumbles, stumbles, freezes in a train wreck debate versus Donald Trump. Good stuff in the Post. Hey, Victoria, thanks for joining us this morning. Great idea, great viewpoint and bringing to the table. Appreciate it, and hope to be able to speak to you again in the future. Thank you, Victoria.
Thanks so much for having me on.
Victoria Churchill, everybody, with Young Voices in the New York